Podcats. Hello and welcome to the Curious Podcats with me, Dr. Drewcifer, and my co-host, Richy Lawless.
Meow.
So it's nice to be human again after spending a week as a cat. Well, I was both spending a week as a cat. That witch.
Oh, yeah. The one that couldn't talk properly and said abracadabra or something.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it. Well, now we have to spend every week, 6 days of the week, as cats, trying not to die from our own curiosity. But one day a week, we get to be human and tell you all about what our curiosity nearly killed us with.
And this week we're coming up with out. So that's the end of this week. Tune in next.
Now, Lawless. Now, Lawless. It's our first time. Don't be jumping the gun.
Touchy, sir.
Yes, well. So, something I've been curious about. Mm-hmm. Well, not something that my curiosity caused me to find by going down several rabbit holes.
Oh, aye.
Is, did you know that homosexuality did not appear in the Bible until 1946, when a revision was done after the Second World War?
No, I didn't.
Yes. Well, originally I can't remember which chapter and verse it was, but originally the wording was about just humans in general being perverts. So-called normal heterosexual people. And I say so-called normal because everything's normal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nothing's normal. But that's another rabbit hole for another day. No, so I think it was the RVA revision that was done. They changed it from being about normal human perversion to being about homosexuality. Mm-hmm. Why? I don't know. But they did. So until 1946, there was no mention of homosexuality in the Bible.
I don't know what to make of that. Why would they just add it?
I don't know. I do not know. Apparently there is meant to be, I don't know if it's a film or a series, a documentary actually called 1946, where it is actually touched on in there as well. So I should probably give that a try. Mm-hmm. So, see what they're saying there about it. But it was, this is a random video I came across that was touching on it. You've got to love Satanists, always bringing us the truth.
Well, that's true. As I sit here with a cross on. No, but I know what you mean though. It's like something to do with Satanism. It's like they've got to tell you what to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm selling poison apples and I don't tell you, that's murder. If I tell you I'm selling poison apples and you eat one, it's suicide.
Ah, there you go.
You know?
Speaking of apples, since we're talking about religion, did you know that that in the Bible, in Genesis, it doesn't actually specify apples?
It just says fruit.
It just says fruit. So it begs the question: when did it become an apple? Who decided that the fruit was actually an apple? What did this person have against apples?
Tell you what could have been. Could have been that witch from that film.
Oh, God, yes. Yes, that witch in that forest that we were walking through one night.
Mushroom hunting. To be fair, you don't even see mushrooms out at night in the winter, but, you know.
What would we know?
What would we know? We've never done it.
Someone said there'd be mushrooms there. They didn't say only at a certain time of year.
Yeah.
And they certainly didn't tell them
I'm
about it.
pretty sure he said magic as well. So, it's actually no surprise.
That's probably why they weren't there, because the witch had already been there and got them. Because, magic.
Hey, what's to say we're not just tripping balls for 6 days of the week?
That's some mega mighty mushrooms.
Mega mighty mushrooms. I'll write that down for a sketch show. Mighty morphin. No, that's been done.
Mega morphin mighty mushrooms.
Just normal mushrooms, but with bandanas on. Named after artists.
Sounds more like turtles.
Shut up. Anyways.
So, Lawless, what have you been curious about this week?
Well, other than my sexuality, which changes from day to day,
Every other hour it's a cat.
curious about the colour of my fur balls as well, because I don't know anyone that colour. But other than that, I'm always down some rabbit hole.
Oh, what was the latest rabbit hole you went down?
Hey, you know, I can't even remember. I've been more on TikTok, say Satanists and stuff like that. Don't know. Really, just everything. You name it, I probably know it.
Okay, well, I know that you're into the Mandela effect
All of it.
just as much as I am, if not more so. I would dare to say. What's the latest Mandela effect you've come across?
That's So Raven.
That's the Nickelodeon show, isn't it, from years ago?
She had brown eyes. Now she's got green.
Green?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought she had brown eyes.
Same.
So when does it come about that she's got green eyes?
Someone on TikTok was mentioning it, and he's right. She did have brown eyes.
So that's
You have to Google it.
yeah. Let's have then. Yeah, let's have a quick look. So. Oh, look at that. That's So Raven eye colour change is a suggested result. So yes, Ravenback's eye colours are brown. Let's see what else. Well, let's have a look for eyes. Ooh, eyes I mentioned twice. Oh no, there. Yeah, so there. Her eyes are brown. It says that on her on the wiki page for her. So let's try it again. Raven, Baxter, green eyes. Let's have a look. Green eyes. Top of the list, conspiracy theories, TikTok. No, apparently she only have a brown eye. Right, this is just some conspiracy that's going around on TikTok. I've got a feeling that somebody has done some very clever video editing to make it look like she's got green eyes, and then they're probably just trying to get the 15 minutes of fame by falsifying a Mandela effect. That's what this one sounds like to me. So I'm going to chalk that one up to a fake. Bullshit. Well, a Mandela effect I came across just this morning, as it happens. There seems to be a very weird discrepancy about the position within the human body of a certain very important organ, or pair of organs, I should say. And it's actually a nurse who's pointed it out. And it's not so much about a Mandela effect, but more to do with parallel universes,
Yeah.
like jumping between them, which is linked in there as one of the potential causes of the Mandela effect. You're jumping between universes, and what's happened is that, Phil, where are your kidneys located?
Oh, it's around the back somewhere. Bottom of your back.
Yeah, around the bottom of the back area, So, when you get punched there, that's just known as a kidney punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Someone commented on one of her posts, commented on one of her other videos, and she went and looked at medical journals or what have you. And sure enough, there are quite a number of diagrams in medical journals where it's showing the kidneys being basically right under the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
So almost like inside the rib cage.
I have heard this one.
Rather than round the back.
Mm-hmm.
Like underneath everything, they look like they're actually tucked right under the lungs, like right under the diaphragm. And more frontal than back.
Backle.
Backle. I was trying to avoid saying that. Oh, yeah. I even found the same image that she showed in her video as well. But I was finding images for both.
Yeah.
Both what we know and what she's found.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very confusing one, since the evidence for both is there.
Yeah.
Both versions published in multiple medical journals. Multiple versions of both. And that one, it's not your typical Mandela effect.
No.
Because normally it's a case of one group, half of us remember one thing, but half of us remember something else. And when you go and look at the evidence, there's only evidence for one. But in this one, there's actual evidence for both. And I say, that is a first.
Yeah.
That is definitely a first.
It's a strange one.
It really is.
It's like horses having moustaches.
Wait, what?
Google it.
Horses with moustaches?
Horses never had moustaches. Now they've got them.
Why do I get the feeling you're rickrolling me here?
No, honest.
Oh, God. What is hard to believe? A special breed of horse grows a moustache. Find out. Oh, the gypsy vanna.
Now I reckon some billionaire went back in time, around about the time when when everything was a moustache, like and stuff, and like
Yeah.
and they've stuck a moustache on a horse just to fuck with her.
Oh, God. The size of...
Wow.
Oh, God, that's like the gentleman's moustache, that one. It's like, the big curls, the gentleman boxer in the circus.
Wow. That's a hot horse.
It looks like Shaggy with long hair.
It's a Bond girl.
I know. If you look at the way the hair is, it's almost like dreadlocks. It's like it looks like it smokes the marijuana. It smoketh the weed.
Horse.
Oh, God. Never mind the moustache. Have you seen the nostril hairs on that?
Bit like mine.
Oh,
that is me.
That's the one I was looking for.
Looks like it's like the Barbie doll. Anyways, yous can't say what we're looking at, but trust us, it's pretty fucked up, like.
What you want to do, what you're looking for, is the gypsy vanna. which is spelt with 2 N's, I believe.
Beautiful looking horse.
Yeah, so Gypsy, Gypsy, Vanner, Vanner. And then you can learn for yourself all about the horses with moustaches. I keep having to stop myself from saying moustache.
Oh, sorry, I can't stop the chat. I moustache. Sometimes I forget how funny I am.
So do I. And then you say things like that,
Yeah.
and then I remember you're just not funny.
Crack everyone up.
No, it's the Team 4-Star song called Moustache.
Moustache.
Moustache. Anyway, don't want to go into that. Could end up
The
being
Lion King.
copyrighted.
If he had a moustache, he would have been Moustache. Oh, I'm here all week. Well, I'm not actually.
No. You'll be back in a week after you've spent a week as a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 days as a cat.
6 days. 6 days a week.
Well, saying that, you always identified as a cat anyway.
People call me a cat. I've always been a cat.
Yeah, because all you do is lounge around and eat.
That's something. No, I'm not going there. But yeah.
Sorry, what are you going to say? You sometimes lick your balls? That's too much effort for you.
We're getting in the weird place already. At least wait till episode 2 before all that comes into it.
Okay. So let's get away from you licking your balls.
Which is what everyone in the housemates said. I'm going in the shed, have a smoke until you finish licking your balls.
I might be a while.
Fine, but don't expect us to have clothes on when you come back. When I was at a house party, well, it was my house party actually. And
well, obviously, if it's yours, then you're going to be at it.
Aye. Well, saying that now, actually, I was next door, and all my mates were going into my house, and I was like, they were carrying cans and stuff. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I could hear music, and then my girlfriend at the time walked in, and apparently I was having a party. I wasn't even invited to my own party. True story.
Did you know? Had you been told in advance about this party?
No.
Was it your party or her party?
Hers. But it was in my house.
Ah, so you weren't having a party. She was having a party.
In my house.
But didn't you share the house?
Apparently not.
Yes.
Well, anyways, I got in this cage naked. Well, I wasn't naked. I was dressed as Frankenstein. And,
Also, it was a Halloween party.
Halloween? It's what we call Friday night at our house.
Friday Frankie.
And this woman got really offended. And one of my mates, his mum, I'm not mentioning her name, but she went, "You're offended by he's in a dog cage. Just be grateful he's got fucking clothes on." True story.
Yeah, I think I've heard that. I think I've heard that story before.
Aye.
Or at least the end of it.
It's made the rounds a few times.
At least, just be thankful he's got his clothes on.
That normally comes in most conversations with me, though.
Well,
That took a weird turn.
it usually does, where you're concerned.
I can't help but share stupid stories about myself. Even like the embarrassing ones.
More like especially the embarrassing ones.
But I don't want people to think that it's all made up and bullshit because I'm not that clever. Like
He's really not.
I'm really not.
He really isn't. Well, I had a weird thought earlier today.
That's how am I supposed to be surprised? Fuck me.
Later.
Right.
Now, I don't know what caused it to pop into my head. So this wasn't even a cat day.
It was my Willie and a hot dog bun, wasn't it? Which I've actually done. I've ate the hot dog bun around me mates. Go on.
Now I have that mental image in my head of you recreating a Tom Hanks movie.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, there's when Tom Hanks was like way younger. I think it was in the 70s. Was it like, around about the time of, like Revenge of the Nerds, like that era of movies. So it was like one of them. It's the one with Tom Hanks in. But it's not Tom Hanks who did this. But one of the guys in it, he's taking a tray of hot dogs through to some women, and with one of them, they didn't put the dog in it, and he just whips his schlong out and put in the bun. So he goes in with the tray, so like at crotch height, because all the women are sitting down, it's like lounging, and he's standing up. All the women are taking the hot dogs, and then the last woman who's going for the last one, which is him in the bun, and she grabs it and she goes to take it, and it doesn't move. So then she's yanking it. And you see him sort of like jerking forwards every time, just yanking. And all the other lasses are turning to look, and they've realised she's not even looking. And then when she does look, she screams. But everyone else is laughing. Mm-hmm. All the women are laughing, except for her. She's screaming. But yes, that was a Tom Hanks movie.
Well, he might have done it first, but I've done it better.
That's debatable. This is Tom Hanks we're talking about.
For some reason I thought you meant Tom Cruise.
No!
Then again, I'd have to be on a fucking step like that and reach someone sitting down. He's only about that high, isn't he?
Why would I want to talk about his dick?
Because Tom Hanks's is much better.
Listen, that wasn't even Tom Hanks's dick, it was somebody else. It was Tom
I
Hanks.
reckon Tom Hanks's dick looks like one of them cannolis.
What the hell's a cannoli?
I don't know, I can picture it in my head, and that's kind of what I picture it. You'll have to Google it.
Do you know how to spell it?
No, fuck.
Do you know how to spell anything?
Anything. A-N...
I knew it.
Cannoli. Might be a crepe here. Crepe ha?
Oh, crepe.
I don't know.
That French rolled pancake.
That's the one. That's what I picture his willy looking like.
Well, like a rolled pancake filled with chocolate.
Such crap. Such a weirdo.
But anyway, no, this has nothing to do with the thought that popped into my head this morning.
Go on then.
So, it is an affliction I have had since before that which cursed us, bitch.
It's pretty hot though.
Still a bitch.
The other.
No, let's not get sexist.
Witchist.
Oh, right, all witches are bitches. Okay, I thought you were trying to say all women were bitches.
Well, it's a different podcast altogether.
But I don't even remember what I was doing. Just the thought popped in there. What was I doing? Anyway, I was looking at something where I came across the name Boris.
Oh, God.
I was like, yeah, Boris, that's such a Russian name.
Mm.
And I was like, hang on a sec. Boris Johnson.
Which also means a dick. So he's a Russian dick. Thank you. And next week... I'm
not done. So I got thinking, hang on a minute. So does that mean our former Prime Minister... Oh yeah, for anyone who hadn't realised yet, we're British.
Well.
English.
English-ish.
When you have the Scottish border. I think, hang on, so does that mean our former Prime Minister is possibly a Russian spy or a Russian agent? I mean, maybe the whole idiot thing was all an act. That it was his job to behave that way because those were his orders from the Kremlin.
Do you not remember that speech he gave just after Russia invaded Ukraine? And he was talking in English, just we could all work this out and whatever. And then all of a sudden, he just switched into full-blown perfect Russian.
I never saw it, but I do remember hearing something about it. I don't know if it was you that told me about it at the time or if I heard from somewhere else. But when I decided to have a look about see if there was any conspiracy theories out there about whether or not he was about him possibly being a Russian agent, what I came across was an article that was published in The Guardian July last year,
Yeah.
where it was reported that in April of 2018, Boris Johnson met with an ex-KGB agent, Alexander Lebedev, at an Italian palazzo without there being any officials present.
Doesn't surprise us.
I don't think Alexander's ex anything. I think he's probably very much still a KGB agent, and that he is in actual fact Boris Johnson's handler.
I go way beyond that. I think that it's all a lie. I think it's all just bullshit, big stage, and we're just watching it. It's just some kind of... well, it's a shit show.
Yeah, shit show production.
Aye.
But hey, you know, it was free entry.
Get paid to go though.
You know, that reminds me of something else that I heard recently. You know, paying taxes is like your subscription to life, and childhood was just your free trial.
It really is. Life hits its peak at about... for me it was about 16, 17. And I thought, oh, this is great. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to be, you know.
Like, where's all this money going?
Where's this money going? Who's this woman in my bed? Why am I at court on Tuesday? It wasn't even my car. And to be fair, the old woman hit me. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I say you've never even had a driving license. Never mind it not being your car.
Anyways, but I think the world's a stage. I mean, we're going to touch on a lot of things.
Especially about our views on the existence of the world itself.
God, yeah.
That's going to be a rabbit hole all on its own.
But if you've got nothing better to do, then you should just tune in. We're just starting off. I would like it if you give her a follow, spread the word.
Oh, tell everyone about the Curious Podcats. Those two Geordies who are doomed to be cats for 6 days of the week, trying not to get killed by their own curiosity, and providing they survive on the 7th day, they tell you about what they came across during the week.
Sounds like the plot of a really shit film, but it's actually not a bad podcast.
We hope.
That's gonna be the opening for this, like billboards in America and stuff.
Shit plot for a shit movie, but makes a good podcast.
Yeah. But and we're gonna have guests on as well.
We hope.
No, I've already booked them. So next week we're gonna have Joe Rogan. And the week after that we're gonna have Elon Musk. I suppose we'll get Jimmy Nail on, you know.
Yeah, we need Cilla Black before Jimmy Nail though.
So aye.
I'm sure I've got a Ouija board hanging around somewhere.
Oh, surprise, fucker.
Joe Rogan, isn't he one of those sort of like manly men types like that? Was it Paul Logan and
Logan
and Andrew Tate?
Yeah. Well.
Is it, I mean, that's it. I've heard the names Joe Rogan and Joe. Yeah.
As far as podcasts go, he's the best. But yeah, he has said a few things. I like him. But he's like, he knows so much about so many different things. So at some point, there'll be something interesting to watch. Do you know what I mean?
But does he know the right things about those things? Or is he just bullshitting?
I don't know, you'll have to watch a couple. I think he's quite good. He has some... I'll watch anyone though. I don't really... Joe, if you're listening, I don't really care actually, because you're going to be here next week. Then Elon Musk, and then we'll see if we can get Jimmy Neal.
Aye, but there's a reason. There's a reason we're after you, Jimmy Neal. We want to have words with you. Well, Lawless does.
So I got a copyright strike on my YouTube video because I apparently played Jimmy Neal Crocodile Shoes.
There's no apparently about it.
I mean, I did, but you're not telling me he watches Fire and Flame.
No, I explained.
Shout out to Flame.
I explained to you how it works. I explained to you and Flame how it works.
Yeah, fuck that. Our thing's better. That Jimmy Neal sat around with his bottle of popcorn and his bowl of beer and sitting down to watch Fire and Flame, and he's like, "That's my song." And just out of fucking spite, he's copyright claimed us. So, Jimmy Neal, I think you should come on the podcast and we'll sort things out.
Sounds like a plan to me.
That sounded very threatening, by the way. I just want him as a guest. I'm not going to actually fight him.
You couldn't fight. You couldn't fight a cat.
I don't know, like, I reckon I could really, on a good day, fuck Will Smith up.
Anybody would fuck Will Smith up.
But Jimmy Neal, I don't know. We'll have to see.
You know what it is. If you put Will Smith and Kevin Hart in a ring, I will put my life savings on Kevin Hart and not lose any money. That's not because Kevin Hart would win. That's because I've got nothing in my life savings.
I was thinking where you get money from.
This podcast, hopefully.
That's the thing. If you're rich and you got loads of money, we haven't. So we'd love some.
In fact, maybe a bit more than just some. A lot.
You can't see, but I'm actually waving my hands about vigorously. Give us your fucking money. Please.
Please. We're broke. We haven't even got a burger in the freezer.
Oh, we're going to have a shout out to Ellie as well. The aspiring artist.
Yes, it's the aspiring artist who has very kindly done the logo for the Curious Podcats. So, yes, thank you very much, Ali, for doing that for us.
Right, well, I think that wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yes, so last thing on the agenda before we wrap that up is the word of the week.
Oh, God.
So the first
words, but go on.
Our very first word of the week is plethora. Plethora means a lot of something, a big wide variety, a bountiful amount. It's just a fancy way of saying a lot. But plethora is one of my favourite words, just because I think it sounds really nice. I have a plethora of choices before me on Just Eat. They all sell the same shit, but I've got a plethora of choices of people to choose from to get that same shit from.
In other words, who's open the longest? Because you leaves it too late.
Yeah, pretty much. I leave it so late that when I open Just Eat, the places are open by the time I finish doing my order.
He's on the breakfast menu.
Close enough. Near enough. I've lost count of how many times a restaurant is closed while I'm busy putting my order in on Just Eat.
Oh, I gotta love Just Eat though. Oh.
Aye, but Uber Eats does do supermarket runs.
Yeah, Uber Eats is really good actually because you can actually watch the car on the map.
Well, depending on who it is on Just Eat, you can there as well. Well, saying that though, it's not usually a car, it's a scooter.
No.
Alright, thank you all for joining us this week for the first episode of the Curious Podcats.
And remember, If your tits don't fit your bra, just sellotape them to the wall.
I did not expect that. Podcast.